over 19 years, your eyes and ears on horse racing has been Tommy Walski's The Sport of King. On today's show, we'll find out what it's like to be a traveling jockey. Our race of the week is the George Royal. Tommy recaps some of the major stakes in racing across the nation. Virginia gets you caught up on all the news. We'll hit the archives in case you missed it. Our salute to the champions remembers one of racing's equine heroes. And now here he is, BC's ambassador to the world of horse racing, Mr. Tommy Walski.
We open up today's program with a look at one of Canada's top riders. His name is Quincy Welsh. Welsh, as you will see, takes you behind the scenes of what it's like to be in the exciting world of a jockey. We asked Quincy, why did you choose Vancouver of all the racetracks you could have attended?
Came out here to to get my weight down and get some riding fitness in and make a little money while I'm at it. But as far as staying, it's a little more competitive out here in terms of the trainers. I haven't been other than Barb, I haven't been able to ride for like Troy Taylor and some of the bigger barns, which can be a little frustrating in comparison to Alberta, where I can ride for 3 of the top 4 barns.
It isn't very often you hear other riders compliment other jocks, their rivals, but you get a lot of compliments from your peers. Always on the back of the mind is he should be going at Woodbine. He should be at Woodbine. Do you have that in the back of your mind?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's just a matter of time. I'll be there sooner or later. I'm kind of scouting an agent right now, and after that, I'll make the transition soon.
You've ridden some pretty nice horses. 2 Metropolitan. How'd you get him?
Fortunately, he wasn't doing that well here, and Terry Jordan had another horse that was running in the same category, and he felt rather than have them clash, he decided to send him to Alberta, and he ran second his first start, and he ran second his first start, and then my agent seen that I didn't have a horse for the longer distances, and my agent contacted Terry Jordan, and it was history after that.
What kind of horse is he to ride? 2 Metropolitan, because he's been a hero here for years.
He was, you would know. Sometimes the better they feel, it doesn't necessarily mean that they can run. And he felt average, but when it came to running, he could hold the maximum speed for a long period of time, which works to his benefit. He didn't really have a real kick or acceleration, but he could hold top gear for a long time.
You talk about weight. How difficult is it being a jockey in weight?
It's very difficult. You have to concentrate, and 7 days a week you must. I'm 5'7", so it's not as easy for me as it would be for some of the shorter guys. But this is what I love, and as I said, you have to keep at it on a daily basis.
For our viewers, this is an off day. We're doing this. There's no racing, but you've been in the sweat box. Run us through your day. Run us through a week for you.
Usually, I would have a light breakfast, come to the track in the morning, work out some horses. Sometimes, if I find that, that I've indulged the night before, I put a sweatsuit on, a mud suit, and underneath my jacket, and, try to lose a pound or 2 that way. And then after that, go in the box, lose a pound or 2 there, go home, have lunch, in the late afternoon, go jogging again. Maybe for an hour, and then have supper. Do the same thing over the next day.
The box every day.
Yes, pretty much. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. If I don't go in the box, I don't feel comfortable for some reason. I feel refreshed.
That's hard to believe. You like going into the sweat box, but riders do, don't they?
Yes. Oh, I've been doing it for 17 years now, so it's like a religion.
Is it a tough job?
Yes, it is. It's very tough.
In what way?
Dieting is tough. Maintaining focus, not being complacent is another obstacle. And then, that's only the beginning. Then you have to deal with the horses and the people on the back stretch.
During the winter time, do you still have to?
Oh no, not at all. My home country is Barbados, so I go home and take it easy for a while, let the body relax.
By relaxing, how big? What do you weigh now?
Right now I'm 115 pounds.
When you relax during the wintertime, how big can you get?
135.
135? How long does it take you to get it up?
Probably about 6 weeks to 2 months.
Barbados, racetracks there, obviously.
Yeah, just one.
How well do you do there, and how often do they run?
I haven't ridden there in about 4 or 5 years now. It just, as I said, I just take it easy. Get as far away from racing as possible, and you know, I take the family down there and just enjoy it, kick back.
You have a brother?
Yes.
He's riding here?
Yes, Kevin Nichols. I was in Edmonton, and then he came up and went to Winnipeg, and he didn't like it there, so then he decided to try it here. I think this is his 3rd or 4th year.
When you're at home in Barbados, how did you find out about Canada, and was this your first choice?
Well, I found out about Canada by accident. You know, I was doing quite well there as an apprentice, and somebody told me through the grapevine that they were looking for riders in Edmonton. I've never heard of Edmonton, so you know, I did some research and you know, found out that you know, in my home country they only run once a week. So you know, I felt to be a lot better, you know, you know, for experience to come to Canada and be able to ride 4 days a week.
This lifestyle, is it tough on a family? Because you do have a family, correct?
Yes, yeah, it can be quite tough on a family. You know, I recently got married, and you know, I have a couple kids, so we have a couple kids, so it's quite hard to, you know. On Sunday, I went home on Sunday evening, and came back on Tuesday evening. So it's, you know, to get home for a couple days and then leave again. It can be testing on a relationship and with the kids.
Will you be coming back here, and would you like to one day try it here?
Oh yeah, definitely. I love the city here. It's as I said a couple days ago, it reminds me of home, and you know, it's unfortunately, you know, I don't think it's advantageous for me right now in terms of racing, but you know, definitely I would consider coming back here for the long term.
And now to get you up to date with what's happening in and around the track, let's saddle up with our own Virginia Tulloch.
Stakes action continued over the weekend with the 55th running of the Brick House Bells Sunday afternoon. Concert music looked to keep her perfect record intact, but had to take on returning Hastings fan favorite and Sullivan Award winner Dancing All-Star. This strong field provided great entertainment. Let's have a look at the finish.
Storm, Blue Sky Holiday, and Random Highs. The half 45 flat as they race to the top of the lane. Dancing All-Star, now there's room. Concert music now slips through. Down the lane they come. Concert music. Here's Windstorm. She's trying to close down on the inside. Followed by Kauai Princess. Concert music, Kauai Princess, Windstorm. Concert music to score in the Brick House Bells. Kauai Princess will be second. Windstorm third. Blue Sky Holiday rallies for fourth.
Congratulations to horse trainer Frank Barabee for his recent nomination into the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame. We went to the backstretch to talk to Frank about this honor.
A great honor, really is, with the people that are already in there, like the Sandy Hollies, and he was like our kid walking horses in the shed room when I was riding for Duke Campbell, who he started with. And then my wife's uncle, Pete McCann, who, you know, like I think he won about 9 Queen's Plates. And Gomez, there's like one of the greatest. No, it's such an honor, it's kind of unbelievable, you know, really is.
After Super Saver's spectacular win in the Kentucky Derby, the question now on everyone's mind is whether or not Super Saver will win the Triple Crown. We went down to Hastings Racetrack over the weekend to ask that very question.
Off his last race, he ran a very impressive race. Well-placed horse. Looks like the distance won't be a problem for him. He is the horse to beat.
I would guess no. I mean, he's a nice 3-year-old. He's getting, you know, he seems to be peaking at the right time, but it's a grueling 3 races, and I think you have to be a super horse to do it. You know, you can't just be a good horse. He's probably just a good horse, not a super horse. So I'm going to say no to Super Saver.
Probably not. It's hard to. It's hard with the races so close for a horse to run that good twice in a row. That's what I think.
If any horse will, he will. But, all right, I don't think it's possible. There's too many horses sitting in the weeds, and they don't know about some fresh horses coming up. Of the horses that run in the Derby, he's the best.
No, I don't think he will. I think that there is a couple of horses in the Kentucky Derby that got really rough trips that will have better trips when the field size is cut down. So it's a tough chore. winning the Triple Crown.
Too early to tell. You'll have to see how he does in the Preakness first. Also, that race is a lot longer, and it takes a special kind of horse. Also, a lot of fresher horses come in for the third run.
Definitely, he's my boy.
He's going all the way.
All the way.
It's his year.
Racing sensation Zenyatta is now using her fame to promote the LA Dodgers in an ad campaign called This Is My Town. Billboards are appearing in the LA area showing Zenyatta and the slogan. Zenyatta is currently 16-0 and training well for her next start in the Vanity on June 13th. That's all the news for today. From the trackside here at Hastings, I'm Virginia Tellick, and now you're back on track.
Don't go away. The Sport of Kings will be right back.
Now here's the part of the show we simply call In Case You Miss It. It's a chance for you to look back at the magic and the mystery of horse racing here in British Columbia from the Sport of Kings perspective. In case you missed it. Today on our In Case You Missed It part of the program, we're taking you back a few years as we show you the amazing story of a horse with two lives. His name is Sid Go. What he does in the mornings and the afternoon, you're going to be surprised, but we couldn't have done this story without his trainer, Cindy Barrowby, explaining all about Sid Go.
I'd wanted to buy a filly, and all the ones that I could afford had already gone through. And he came into the arena, little runt thing that's born June 20th, and I raised up my hand and they slammed the hammer down and I had him. The first week was a war. I had to put him on he come out of the arena in a lather. I had to put him on some calming drugs, just some B1 and thiamine and stuff, and then finally when his brain clicked, he started learning like really fast. But the problem with him is he's very strong galloping and he hurts himself. Because he won't relax, he pulls real hard, he tries to run off. So I had to find a different way of doing things to make him relax and not hurt himself. So this spring I started him in the Western tack and taught him to neck rein and stop. And one guy came and took him by the bridle and turned him around. No, this is wrong, you're not supposed to do this with racehorses. But most of the people see that it's working now and they think it's really neat.
It's pretty unusual. I haven't seen it for years. This horse loves to train. He loves to be out here. He loves other horses, and he's the ideal pony. And it just happens to be not a bad racehorse either.
There they go. Nobody picked 5, got away poorly. Sid goes and off for the early lead. Now moving into challenge will be Tough Waters. Kuthi from
Oh, he's the coolest horse in the whole world. He's just the happiest, grooviest buddy. I love him.
Sid Go, Tough Waters, and Riverbend Joe, 3 of them at the line.
This horse has been a little moneymaker for you in many ways.
Yeah, he's made 30 grand as a racehorse. Plus he makes money in the morning pony, which is kind of fun because people pay me to train my horse.
What was it like when he first went on the racetrack with another horse beside him as a pony?
Well, all the time he's been good next to other horses in company and whatnot. And if somebody's having a hard time, before he was even a pony, if somebody's having a hard time getting a horse to the track, I'd grab him and lead him up the track with him in the exercise saddle.
I think it's probably easier on him doing what he's doing than just training with a rider on his back, galloping like normal in the mornings. I mean, it's nice, easy lopes, long, slow gallops, and that's what it takes out here. You know, a lot of these horses that train out here, they're far too rushed. They're out here and swish, they're back to the barn, where he's out here at these long, slow gallops, and I think it's good for him. I think it's good for all the horses.
He knows when he has a horse he's working. He gets a little mad because the horses are always past him, so it kind of gets him a little mad too. When he goes out for the race, he wants to beat everybody because it's his only chance. It is hard for him because racing he loves to run. More than anything in the world, he loves to run.
It's nice to see a racehorse be able to do that. Usually a retired racehorse can do that kind of stuff. It's hard usually to get a racehorse to take another horse to the gate because they don't understand. not taught that. But Cindy's done a really good job with the Sid, and he can do it all. It's pretty amazing for a racehorse.